All she needs is a flicker of light.
Make I just come inside and rest. I don't tire.
How did you find someone who looked so much like Shaffy Bello? Like, what was the process like for you?
Actually, there's somebody else that looks exact spot on, like Shaffy Bello, but her acting was not very great. But I'd worked with Lina. In fact, not worked with Lina. I saw Lina in Passport, and I was like, who is this girl? Her character name was Mighty in Passport, and I was like, I had to wait at the end of the premiere. Like, I had to introduce myself to her, and I said that one day when I write the perfect story, you will work with me. And so, but in fact, I didn't even think that she looked so much like Auntie Shaffy. It's now that we're seeing it on and they do resemble. Yeah.
We've seen this film and you're telling us to nudge, don't judge. It's almost second nature to be judgmental. So if I'm deciding that I want to be more encouraging and more empathetic, what steps do I have to take?
Not judging is so difficult because, to be honest, that's our default mode. But I think catching yourself almost able to say that, okay, this could have been me. How can I make this better? That's what it is. Because sometimes people that you see going through stuff, they just need a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of push. Yeah.
The whole story of bringing this film to life, what makes it special compared to all the other stories that you've written?
Every of my stories are special. I think that this is more special because I'm not making it a film, it's a movement. It's a movement for me. I want this film to live beyond just a film. I want it to be so synonymous to International Women's Day, to the International Women's Month. I want it to be synonymous to women. I want it to be like, that's why we are doing the pledge, so that it lives on. It lives on. It's a shift. We're doing like paradigm shift in people's mind. We're saying nudge, don't judge. So there's so much that we're building on the campaign that it's not just a movie anymore. We want it to be something that almost immortalized. Yeah.
So apart from today, this is not the end. The film is not the end.
Oh no, we are planning a series of screenings with even kids, with girl child. We're trying to do a number of things just to make sure that as many people watch it. So this is a special project for us. Yes.
So you just saw I Am Anis by Biodun Stephen and David Wade. Can you tell me your general opinion about the film and tell us why we should look forward to it?
First of all, it's a Biodun Stephen film. I always say that that's important to note. She's someone who has consistently let us know the things she cares about in her films, and she always put those things out there. It's about story, it's about the human condition, and it's about relatable characters. And I think that it doesn't matter what happens or the wind that is blowing in the industry right now, we consistently need to tell stories like this. This is even more powerful because of the subject matter and the fact that it's, the lead is a woman, and the whole story is centered around what it means to be that kind of woman in this society. And she handled it very delicately, very delicately. I mean, it's polarizing in some places, but it's very delicate, and it's a beautiful story with a lot of heart. I think everyone should see it. We need to be seeing films like this, and we need to be making films like this.
Can you tell me about a moment in your life where somebody nudged you in the right direction and it led to a life-changing path for you?
Well, I've had several instances. I'd say one, I was nudged by my mom, especially when when I found out that I was pregnant with my daughter. Yes, she got really emotional and sad at first, but she said something to me, and she stood by that word. She told me, all right, no problem, have the baby. When you have the baby, I would help you look after her so that you can go on with work or whatever it is you want to do. And till this day, my mother still helps out with raising my daughter.
Yes. Shout out to your mom.
Yes, shout out, Mom. I love you, Lucy, baby. I love you.
If you could talk to your younger self to nudge younger Debo about a decision he took, do you mind sharing what that decision would be?
That's something. Maybe my issues with different universities I was in, always fighting authorities, and how I got, expelled at some point. Although I did go back and, we finished. But, I won't want to lie. I don't feel like I should have gone back and say, oh, no, don't do that. Because in as much as maybe I now that I think about it, maybe I could have handled the approach better. There are some other things that to them sounded offensive or insulting that I maintain were not. But I know that there are some things I also said that were insulting. So maybe just the choice of words and the approach.
So, what was more painful for your character? Is it the fact that your mom hid her past away from you, or that you found out the way you found out?
I think everything was wrong with it. From the way he found out, what he found out, the circumstances, the people around when he found out, everything was wrong because of his ego. You know, he's like, no, can't be my mother, you know, and this is someone that, you know, business guy, you know, he appears tough, you know, so that would have really, it just kind of shook him up.
I mean, I teared up. No, let's not package. I cried. Yes, it wasn't a tear up. Is like, oh, just small. Like I actually cried. I think it's such a beautiful message, and there are a lot of anises, you know, if that makes sense. It's such a powerful message to remind us to always nudge and don't judge, especially in a society now where people just judge for no reason. Something just comes out and then everybody forgets about all the amazingness that you have ever been in your life, and then they're judging you for sometimes they even judge people for things that they're not even sure about. They usually like maybe allegedly in quotes, you know. So it's such a powerful message, so powerful. Yes,
Someone is listening to you now and they have agreed they deserve a second chance, but they're just finding it hard to forgive themselves and, you know, become new in quotes. What would you say to them?
it doesn't matter. Let me tell you, the word, they will talk, but they will be all right. At the end of the day, it's about you. If you believe that there is more to you, because indeed there's more to you. You know, even the Bible says that the glory of the later will surpass that of the former. So the former is in the former. The actual glory is in front, in the later, which is, that later is from today. So please start up, fresh start. Forget about the word. They would align. When your greatness announces, they would align.
When Godmother Biodun Stephen called me and said, "Oh, Biola, I have a script for you that I want us to do it. Like, see, we're going to do our last film." I'm like, "Oh, Auntie B, let me read." So I read the script and I check and like, "Oh, Auntie B, this is going to be great." So everybody have a story to tell, especially anything that have to do with woman. I mean, you understand, because I was raised by a single mother. You understand, and I understand what it is to raise children. Talk less, you understand. So that's just one of the things that makes me subscribe to the film, like to the story.
What do you connect with the most about the story of I Am Anice?
The opportunity of second chances was the most connecting thing for me. And having somebody see the you that you don't see in yourself.
Why is it important for women to surround ourselves with people that allow us to just be our fullest selves and our best selves?
I think women get the shortest end of the stick, just with the way the society is, the world at large, to be honest. And because of that, women deserve that extra nudge, that support, because there's always that judgment and expectation on women to do things a certain way, to be a certain way. So when that person comes along and gives you a chance to sort of tell you it's okay to be and you can be, yes, everyone deserves that. Men do too, because there's so much pressure on men in a different way. And everybody, for the men, I think they need it's okay to take it easy. It's okay to breathe. And, you know, you can take it easy on yourself with the chase. And for women, it's okay to be. So everyone needs a nudge.
It's a film that's going to give people lots of conversations to talk about, you know. So I'm very happy and proud of Auntie B, Biodun Stephen. I can't wait for it to be out so that I can engage. I don't want to talk about the story on here, but I cannot wait to engage with people once they see the movie.
I wish that you die. I wish that you die instead of Mama.
And today I stand tall, no longer ashamed of what I was, but proud of who I have become.